Hello, my wonderful Sagittarius. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing amazing. In today's video, I will be tapping into the energies of your love life. So it's going to be your general love reading for the week here. So pretty much whatever comes out for you guys. Okay. Okay, guys, so we have three cards that wanted to come out here. We have Journey, okay, and then we have Anxiety, okay, and Attachment. Someone here may have like like an anxious attachment style or anxious avoidant attachment style. Again, guys, I'm not here to, diagnose anyone. That's not my job, but I'm just telling you the energy that I'm getting. It seems to me that this is a week where there could be some sort of something important that occurs between you and this person, or maybe even like a turning point. But it could cause you to feel very anxious about making a decision moving forward. It almost seems to me that you are trying to make a decision, but because your emotions are involved or because you still feel strongly towards someone, it could be clouding your judgment, or it's clouding some sort of logic in a way. Again, this message could be for the cross watcher as well, but I see someone's emotions like clouding, the logical side of things. Okay, let's see. So we have the King of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck, and we have the Ten of Cups. Someone really wants to invest in you. I could even be picking up on an energy where, you and this person have some sort of history together. Maybe you guys do, or you guys were in a higher level of commitment here. Could be an earth sign, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, potentially a water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. King of Pentacles and the Ten of Cups. Someone's definitely thinking about some sort of a family dynamic when it comes to you. But I'm going to start off by seeing how you're being viewed this week. Okay. Queen of Pentacles, and we did see the King of Pentacles. So someone feels like you are their match, or they feel very invested in this connection. Could even be wanting to offer you something that is stable. So, if this is someone you have been connecting with for some time, but there has been a lack of stability, it could be that they're wanting to, or they feel more ready to take that next step. Yeah, they're definitely viewing you as their version of an ideal partner. They're viewing you as someone who's very stable, assertive, you know what you want. But there's a huge focus on stability. So I wonder, with the anxiety card and attachment, is it that there's a connection here, but something is not necessarily getting off the ground, or something doesn't feel as stable as maybe one wants it to? There could even be a lack of security in this connection that this person feels. Ten of Pentacles, followed by the Four of Wands in the challenge position. So I could read this two ways. Someone could be thinking about a commitment with you, okay, but it requires them to reconnect with you in a new way. Okay, so the best way for me to explain this energy, or how it's coming through to me, is like, okay, I do feel connected to Sagittarius and I want things to feel more stable, but I want to connect with them or approach them in a different way. I want to do things differently than we have in the past. So it's someone who could be understanding that there needs to be a change in order for things to be different, or change in the actual connection. But the other way that I could read this, with both of these cards coming out in the challenge position, is there could be some sort of an interference here. where this could be someone who's reconnecting with you, but they feel entitled to another situation, or they feel they have responsibilities elsewhere. It doesn't necessarily need to be another lover or another, connection, but it could also just be a responsibility or a situation they feel entitled to in terms of maybe their finances or their career. Maybe they're, like a caregiver here, right? But there could be an interference in the way of them reconnecting with you, or having a higher level of commitment, because I'm persistently getting someone who's thinking about stability with you, but there's a block here. They're thinking about stability with you, but they need to detach from something, or they feel something needs to change in order for the both of you to have a stable connection. Okay. How are you viewing them? Six of Wands. You may view this person as someone who receives a lot of attention, or they could be in the public eye. But I'm also strongly getting, guys, like when you think about this connection, you do want it to be successful. But sometimes you may feel when you think about this connection, or when you're, communicating with this person, you get cold feet, or there's something that causes you to feel uneasy. It could be because you're not sure where this connection is headed, or you feel like this is someone who lives a very different lifestyle than you, or they could be someone, for example, who travels a lot, but there's some sort of inconsistency here that makes you feel like there's a lack of stability between the both of you. You may also feel like you have access to a side of this person that no one else does. And I mean that in a sense where the Six of Wands could also be someone, like I said, who's in the public eye, or they have some sort of an image to maintain, right? So how others see this person is not how you see them, or how they present themselves to others around them is very different from how they interact or communicate or connect with you. Okay. Three of Cups and the Empress in your feelings. Okay. First and foremost, what's very clear to me here, Sagittarius, if you're resonating with this message so far, is there's definitely more than just you and this person involved. Okay, whether it's the opinion of friends, someone in their social group, maybe your family, whether it's another connection that is present. Three of Cups and the Empress, it's like you know your worth and you know what you bring to the table, but you may feel like you're dealing with a very indecisive individual, or someone who wants to have their cake and eat it too. Even if this person is tied to someone through assets or children or whatever it is, something that they have been telling you they're going to do or going to change, you're not seeing that in the tangible realm. You may feel like you have a lot of fun with this person. You may feel like, yes, I feel connected to this person and I feel like I can confide in them. But then you feel like you're not receiving enough, or maybe what felt like it was enough to you in the past is no longer making you feel content in the present. You could be dealing with a Libra or a Taurus, Seven of Pentacles and the Temperance. You wish this connection felt more balanced. You are very analytical of this person, specifically this week with the Seven of Pentacles. It's understanding the connection, acknowledging your emotions, but furthermore asking yourself, is this actually going to be worth the investment? Right? Because the Seven of Pentacles is looking at a situation and observing it. It's when you ask yourself, okay, there are certain things that could work between this individual and I, but I'm also seeing where there's room for improvement, right? So moving forward, what am I going to do? Is it worth my time and energy, and should I continue investing, or is it something that I just need to leave alone? When you make a decision, you will feel more at ease. I think that there may be a little bit of a back and forth energy, or there's something that you're actively healing from that is making maybe this decision feel a little more difficult. This is very specific, but for some of you, there could have been conversations about kind of bringing two families together. Like even if you have a family of your own, or you have children of your own, and so does this person, there could have been conversations about growing together and maybe creating something and starting from scratch with someone new, that kind of energy. But it's like something wasn't able to fully get off the ground here. Things did not go according to plan, or so that's how they feel. The Ten of Pentacles is being clarified by the Knight of Swords, and the High Priestess clarifying the Four of Wands. To rush in or remain silent, to just, come in and tell you how they feel or open up a conversation, or to sit down and think about things thoroughly. That's what they're going back and forth about in their mind. This person feels like just, communicating with you out of the blue is going to give you the wrong impression of them. It's like they feel they need to do something in more of like a diligent manner, or they need to think about something thoroughly. This could be a very impulsive individual, or that's how they were in the past, where they would kind of just, do things in the spur of the moment. And now it's like, okay, I don't want to, act in a careless way. But what's interesting is with the Knight of Swords clarifying the Ten of Pentacles, there's this urgency, there's this determination when it comes to wanting something to feel more stable with you. But the High Priestess is clarifying the Four of Wands. So there's another tie here, or another situation that they're keeping under wraps. Hear me out. Even if you know what it is that they're keeping away from you, I don't feel like it's someone who's opening up about it with the High Priestess. There's a bit of a discreet energy here, Sagittarius, and there's definitely a bit of a strategic energy also. I also feel with the Knight of Swords and the High Priestess, this person is wondering or thinking about something that they can communicate that will almost diffuse what's going on. But I don't think that on your end you're going to be accepting of that, because there's an interference here and you're aware of that, with the Three of Cups being upright. We have the Tower card in their feelings and the Five of Swords. This person did not expect something to fall apart between the both of you. Five of Swords could be this person revisiting some sort of conflict. When they think about how things transpired between the both of you, not only do they feel like they were not prepared for it to happen that way, but they still feel conflicted about it. There's something that they don't agree with. And if this is not someone being committed elsewhere or another situation, it could be that both of you were connecting with each other, but a firm decision was not being made, where it's like maybe you weren't putting all your eggs in one basket, but neither was this person, right? So there's something very conflicting about how things transpired between the both of you. Two of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles, someone who feels like they still love you, but they need to take their time with making a decision. Someone who feels like they love you, or they're still in love with you, but there's a very stagnant energy. There's something that that is causing them to feel, stuck. The Fool card. What's the Fool card? The Three of Wands. They feel like they need to, find a new way to do something. It could even be someone who is like, with the Fool card and Three of Wands, planning something for their future. But there's something that feels like it's on almost at some sort of a halt or a pause in this connection here. They are acknowledging how they feel towards you, but they feel very conflicted when it comes to reconnecting. And it could be because of what they're not telling you or what they're keeping to themselves, or they genuinely feel like they're not in a position to pursue a connection with you until they create some sort of a plan to come out of their current circumstances, because the Three of Wands could be a card of planning as well. We have the King of Cups followed by the Eight of Swords in the potential outcome. Someone who feels stuck in their emotions. They're thinking about you quite a bit and they're still feeling connected to you, but Eight of Swords could be some sort of restrictions that they feel. If it's not restrictions in their external environment, it could be more of like mental restrictions, something that they're telling themselves, some sort of negative thoughts that they're feeding into. What's the King of Cups? The Four of Cups? The Eight of Swords, the Lovers. This person feels like they're going to continue feeling very deeply towards you. They feel the connection is that they have with you is something that they can't ignore, right? So with the Lovers and the King of Cups, it's like this person knows that they feel very deeply towards you, but the Lovers boils down to needing to make a decision. It boils down to some level of confusion where it's like you have to leave your old life behind, or you have to leave another situation behind, or you have to, come out of your comfort zone and detach from a situation that feels familiar to go towards something that feels, good to you, or you feel like it would make you happy. Because I don't feel this person is doubting their emotions towards you or what you guys could attain together, but it's almost like they have to leave something behind, or they have to let go of something that feels difficult to do with the Eight of Swords. So like I said, even if it's more something that's going on a mental level, they could be having a hard time detaching from negative thoughts. And I will say with the Lovers and the Four of Cups, this person may feel like this connection is too good to be true, or there's more of like a dreamy kind of fantasizing energy going on. The Lovers alongside with the Four of Cups could be when you have a vision of something and you really desire it, but you don't truly believe that it can happen for you. It's like you're, again, feeding into your negative thoughts, or a case of self-sabotage with the Four of Cups and the Eight of Swords. So let's see what this person wants to communicate. And again, there could be an unhealthy, attachment here, right? Where this person feels like their current circumstances are limiting them from doing what they want with this connection with you, or what they want to pursue with you. Like it's creating a block with the Eight of Swords, but they're also having a hard time coming out of that space, feeling very stuck. For some of you, this person knows that they're still in love with you, but they could feel like you deserve better, or you deserve something that is more like reliable, something that you don't have to, go back and forth on. What does this person want to communicate? We have, I need security. So if this person is, in another situation, or there's just, being with you could require this person to leave their comfort zone. Maybe that's something that they're not used to. Maybe that's something that they're struggling to do, stepping into territory that's not necessarily considered familiar. Like you may have someone who feels like their happiness is with you, but that's also on the other side of their comfort zone, or having to make some sort of a major change in their life with the Lovers. I daydream about a life with you. And I said this, there's more of like a dreamy, fantasizing energy. And it's almost like they feel the connection with you is like a dream, what they want, what they desire so deeply, what they have visions of. But they're having a hard time believing, they're either like having a hard time believing that they're deserving of it, okay? Or B, this is someone who it's a case of self-sabotage. Like they could have what they want, but it would require them to leave behind something that feels very comfortable. Just being near you is intoxicating. Okay, anything else? I replay our conversations over and over. I'm so attracted to you. And you came closer than anyone. And that could have been what kind of instilled some sort of fear, where they started to pull back their energy when, when they felt like they were falling for you, or you were becoming closer to them. Could have been a little bit of a push and pull energy, maybe even a runner chaser dynamic for some of you. And bottom of the deck here, guys, it says, I watch your social media. Okay. So that is what I'm getting for you guys this week. I really do hope you were able to find a message that resonated with you here today. And thank you so much for your time.